Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you're brand new. Welcome back if you're not. Welcome home if that fits perfectly for you. Today we're going to talk about what's up this week in astrology and tarot. This is the week of the 14th through the 20th of August 2023. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right in, shall we? So we start this week off with a Cancer moon. Sorry, I'm literally watching a hawk and a dragonfly both fly in the sky outside my window as we're having this beginning conversation. So let's pay attention, shall we, to our divine messages. Cancer moon starts our week. We have an opposition to Pluto, and then before even coffee, the moon moves into Leo. Venus in retrograde in Leo trines Chiron, and then that Leo moon is going to quincunx Saturn later in the afternoon. So here's the deal. On Monday, swells of feelings, right, from the depths might pop up and get you out of the blue. Right? You might not expect it. So you might feel as though you want to set things on fire today as they relate to yourself, right? Because we're talking about Leo energy, right? And that is all about you. And so just pay attention, right? It could indicate that you have some feelings about a shift in your identity or your identification or the way that you want to show up in the world or the way that you want to create your life, right? Your surroundings. So contemplate the way that you identify as valued or valuable, as worthy or worthwhile, and how those things relate to and shape your sense of home, right? With that Venus trining Chiron, we want to make sure that we're really, really on when it comes to how we wish to experience our surroundings, our world, and all of the creative potential that shapes from that point of inception. So you just want to be really clear on your why today, mostly because it allows all of the rest of the things to take shape in the most correct and simplest, honestly, fashion. On Tuesday, the 15th, that Leo moon is going to square Jupiter. It's going to conjunct Venus, trine Chiron, and then that Leo sun will square Uranus later in the evening. So it might feel really easy to try on a new story on Tuesday. However, remembering that it's not enough to simply try it on is important. The work that goes into that creation of that story is really important, whether you witness it as a behind the scenes creation point or not. Consider how that works, because whether or not you witness it or whether it's behind the scenes doesn't really matter. It's both required for whatever that is to become your reality, right? Let your identity be fluid and dynamic and always available to realign to home as many times as you need to, right? On Wednesday, the 16th, there's a lot going on Wednesday. So early in the morning, 4:04 Central Time, the moon in Leo will square Uranus. Hello, we got you, friend. And just a few short minutes. Oh, now a hummingbird. Guys, come on. We got so much messaging going on here. Shortly thereafter, literally, I think it's 34 minutes later, we witness the Leo Leo new moon. Hello, 23 degrees Leo. So that's overnight, right? Central Time. Mars in Virgo will trine Uranus, and then the Leo moon will quincunx Neptune. Then Mercury quincunxes Chiron, and the moon quincunxes Pluto. That's a lot of disconnected energy. And then in the evening, around dinner time, the moon will move into Virgo. So here's the deal. This is a day like the words that come to mind are that concept of where we're going, we don't need roads, right? So So less than 30 minutes after that moon square Uranus, right, we have that Leo new moon. So this is a complete and total opportunity for self-redefinition as you relate it to that value or value, that worth or worth. So again, it's not only available to you, but it's actually really indicated. And so here the key is, how are you going to choose to witness that redefinition, right? Whenever Uranus is involved, right? Uranus is the planet that allows us to shift and change, that allows us to be in mind of what is being revealed to us, right? It is sudden awareness, aha energy. So the thing is, make sure that you're aware that you are supported, right? And after that, we've got that Mars trine Uranus a little bit later in the morning, not long after that. And that really allows you to have that supported energy in terms of the actions necessary, not just the opening for the redefinition, but the way that you want to express it, the way that you want to function within it or as it. And here's the thing, by dinner time, you have an absolute choice as that moon moves into Virgo, whether or not you're going to choose dedication and devotion, or whether you're going to choose to unravel all of your hard labor that the day chose to gift you with early by unraveling it with all of that, let's call it second guessing, let's call it self-doubt, right? Sometimes Virgo is prone to overanalysis, and so you can unravel all of the beautiful vision work, the beautiful potential work that you have done, right? Don't let the static get in the way of the message, right? Choose wisely. So just make sure that you don't pick at your stitching later in the day and just kind of undo all of the visioning that you do at this new moon, right? On Thursday the 17th, really the only big aspect is that we have that Virgo moon opposing Saturn, which is in retrograde in Pisces. That is overnight. So find balance in your tasks today, right? There's a beautiful opportunity to witness the mutual receptivity between how you feel and what you do, right? The moon is in Virgo, Saturn is in Pisces. Those are super balanced. Here's the deal. This is serve or suffer, right? So pay attention to how you're feeling. Pay attention to what you're doing, and understand that your routines can either create satisfaction or dissatisfaction. Ask yourself, is my daily routine serving me? Is it supporting me? Do I resent having to do the things that I have to do? Or is there celebration? Ooh, I get to serve myself in this way, right? Just pay attention. And guess what? Act accordingly. On Friday, the 18th, that Virgo moon is going to trine Jupiter, quincunx Chiron, and then conjunct both Mercury and Mars, and trine Uranus. So this is a day where you really want to make sure that your expectations and delivery, are in alignment. Overwriting your stories of fantastic promises with your capacity to deliver, regardless of the address of where you're delivering, right, is going to let you see how quickly the universe is really going to move on your behalf. So make sure that you are witnessing the power of your abracadabra, right? That so you speak it, so it shall become energy is really potent today. So be mindful of that, right? My friend Amy. On Saturday the 19th, the Virgo moon is going to oppose Neptune and trine Pluto before moving into Libra. And listen to me, that all happens before 6:30 in the morning Central Time. And then later that Libra moon is going to quincunx Saturn. So here's the deal. We have a real opportunity to mine the dream time from Friday into Saturday. So let that fantastic kind of linger, right, with the moon. Hello, we see you. The moon opposing Neptune. Nice, very nice. Oh, let's put her up there. I like it better. We can see her a little better up there. With the moon opposing Neptune, you have the opportunity to create illusion, right? Even where truth might serve you. So just stay in that, right? Stay in it, because sometimes truth can show you where you're in illusion, no matter what. So let those Dreamtime messages really give you the insights that you are seeking. And here's the thing. If you can find the balance, all the better. But don't let your expectations lead. Tone them down and let presence rule, right? Presence is far more important than your expectations. The reality is far more important than the vision, because that reality is what you're creating, right? The vision can be an illusion. It's what you do with it that makes a difference. On Sunday the 20th, we have the Leo Sun quincunxing Neptune and the Libra Moon quincunxing Jupiter, also sextiling Venus and opposing Chiron. So stay grounded in your energy. You might feel, a dissociation or a dissatisfaction. Here's the thing. Instead of fighting it on Sunday, try exploring it and see if you can find something of value in the depth of that experience. And remember that you can always put those found nuggets of wisdom, whether it's gold or whether it's gems of your soul, into action, right? Or you can put them in a vault. You get to choose whether you're going to hoard that or whether you're going to put it into motion. And here's the deal. You know what leads you closer to home. So make sure that you are following that story every single time, right? Let's talk about what is up this week, shall we? So on Monday, we've got the Two of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, right? Two of Wands is about juggling. I'm so sorry. That is not the card I was braining. Hold on. The Two of Wands is about making highest choices, and the Ace of Pentacles is about having the opportunity to do that in a beautiful new way. Aces, as always, are gifts from the universe handed to you. You have to grasp them and put them into action. You can't shove them in your pocket, right? We just talked about that for Sunday. So the way that your highest expression is available to you is perhaps going to be something brand new, right? So we talked about this as a day to have swells of feelings from the depths, right? And resisting the urge to set it all on fire. Wands is hot energy, man. It is combustible. And so you really want to make sure that you're leading with your grounding. You're leading with your value. You're leading with your worth, and allow that relationship to the way that you have that sense of home, right? Earth energy, right? That beautiful Venus, home, Taurus, earth energy is the way that you really lead, is the way that you're creating, is the thing that's allowing you to choose. So make sure that you're choosing in alignment with your highest and best opportunities, and let that be the ground upon which you plant. On Tuesday, we've got the Devil, we've got the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is transition from one system of believing to another, right? And there's generally a facilitation, right? We see someone here generally always helping row from that period of turbulence to that place of emotional stability. The Devil is always behind you, right? Asking you, where have you been? right? Where do you want to stay? Don't you want to stay here? This is your comfort zone. You love these 3D creature comforts. You love these things to which you're attached. And we talked about how it's easy to try on a new story, remembering that it's not enough to simply try it on, that you have to move forward, right? You can't just say, oh, sure, that sounds great, and keep doing the same things. It doesn't work like that. That's not how you shift or change. That's not how you become within your new reality. And so your identity can't just be facilitated. You have to make those changes within yourself. Somebody can't just say, oh, it would be a great idea if you did this. Certainly, absolutely. But we always have to realign to our point of home. And sometimes that's uncomfortable. Guess what? It's okay. The moon trining Chiron allows you to really step into that story. The sun squaring Uranus might make it hard, but allow somebody to help you, right? Allow the support around you to be your facilitation, always moving you toward that next best thing. On Wednesday, this is the day that we have that moon squaring Uranus, right after the sun squares Uranus the night before. And then we have that Leo new moon. There's so much capacity for shift and change here. So we have the High Priestess and the Fool. This is absolute awareness of the inner points of your journey. The High Priestess gives you the intuitive awareness and power. Let's call it the intuitive recognition of your own power to step out, to take whatever risk is necessary, to trust the universe fully and totally and wholly, especially when you're coming into redefining yourself as it comes into value. The High Priestess knows highest value, knows highest worth inherently, right? There's no question of even ever having to go out into the world with that devil energy to find it. Like Dorothy said, right? If I ever wanted to look for my own heart's desires, I never had to look any further than my own backyard because it wasn't there. I never really lost it in the first place. I'm not sure. I think that's the quote, something like that. This is the deal, right? So you can go searching, or you can search your own heart and soul, knowing that everything you require is right there. And so no matter what, you know how to create that support for yourself. And anytime you want to choose devotion and dedication to that, as opposed to pick it apart and overanalyze it, neither of these cards is a card of analyzation. Both of these cards are faith-driven. I know, I feel, I am, right? These are the these are the mantra starters at this Leo new moon, right? I know, I feel, I am. Give it a try. See what happens. On Thursday, the 17th, like I said, we've only got one major aspect. That is that Virgo moon opposing Saturn. So we have the Five of Swords and the Page of Cups. Five of Swords is about conflict. It's about argument. It's about bickering and finger pointing, asserting your correctness. The Page of Cups says, hold on, are you sure that that's how you want to do that? Right? The Page of Cups gives you perhaps a new way to relate to something. So we're looking at finding balance in your tasks, really creating a mutual reciprocity between your why and your routine. What is it exactly that you really want, and what are you doing about it? How does it support you? Are you celebrating it, right? Acting appropriately, finding the balm in your conflict, whether that conflict is internal or exterior, right? Just go ahead and witness how what you're doing is creating your circumstance, how what you're doing is creating your life, and act accordingly, right? That's a pretty big bunch of power handed off to you. See what you can do with that. We have the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. As we already know, aces are gifts from the universe. This one happens to be an idea, a belief, a way to witness, a perspective, right? And so Five of Pentacles allows us to believe that we've been left out. This is a belief in the idea of scarcity. Guess what? If the Ace of Swords comes to you today, the Ace of Swords is going to assure you that your expectations and your delivery must be in alignment, right? You can't tell the story that I have scarcity when you know you don't. You can't tell the story, I've been left out, when you're not. Your abundance and your enjoyment, your engagement in life is 100% up to you. That's how you choose to witness it, right? So your capacity to deliver, no matter what the address, right? It's always your address, by the way, allows you to see how quickly the universe can deliver to you. So again, we're talking about abracadabra, right? And when you're speaking the truth, you have absolutely nothing to anticipate other than the creation of something that is supportive, that is inclusive, that is abundant. So speak your truth, absolutely knowing that what you speak shall become. On Saturday, the 19th, we've got the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So the Knight of Cups is, again, a beautiful motion of the heart, right? And the Seven of Wands is asking you, why are you defending what you're defending, right? This is where you lean in, where you choose to put your foot down, draw a line in the sand, right? And so we're talking about, first of all, on Saturday morning, minding your dream time, really witnessing that dream time in terms of the messages that come in, and really witnessing whether or not you have illusions in your defense of truth. Is it aligned with your heart? Are you moving forward based on what your heart tells you? Maybe. Give those insights some weight. Can you find balance there? But making sure that you're not leading with your expectations. Don't lead with your story, right? If you're leading with your story, then what happens is that you have a chance of defending something that's no longer relevant, because stories are only present as long as you are present in the story, and your presence shift and change, right? So make sure that your heart is your guide, not the story that you're telling about your heart. Let your presence rule the day, every day, honestly, but specifically on Saturday. Look at these aces, y'all. What's up with this? We got 3 aces and a fool? Doggone. This is a busy week. On Sunday, we have the King of Cups, right? So we're maturing our energy. We're evolving our energy even between Saturday and Sunday. And then we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah. So on Sunday, really witnessing how our cup is filled and what's in our cup. What's in the cup, right? So if you feel any kind of dis-ease, or surreality, instead of fighting it, explore it, right? Let this be your torch. Let your heart be your leading edge today, right? I get this Alice in Wonderland, like, you know, go ahead and drink the potion and see what happens, knowing that whatever you're going to explore is going to be of value, right? When you get into the depths, whatever that means for you, just know that whatever it is leading you closer to home, right? Wands are inspiration. Wands are the juice of your life. And so if you know that everything is leading you closer to home, well, guess what? You can drink from your own cup. You can drink from another cup fearlessly, knowing that you have the power of transmutation, that nothing is poison, that everything is for you, right? And everything just heats up your own sense of purpose and mission. Everything gets you closer to your own sense of home. Everything is energy, including you. Yeah, listen, we have so many Uranus transits this week. And that Uranus in Taurus really asks you to just allow yourself to to witness the fundamental uprooting of anything that's not foundational. That doesn't mean that you have to enjoy the process. It simply means that you have to welcome it, right? Everything is energy, including you. You have so much inception energy this week. You have so much heart energy this week. What you hold on to is entirely up to you, and what you welcome. Boy, there's so much in the way of giftedness from the universe. I mean, Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities, Ace of Swords, new ideas, Ace of Wands, like new creation, new spark, the Fool, trusting that journey, the High Priestess, understanding why you need to trust that journey, right? And then all of this heart support for all of that. You know, here's the deal. It's all just energy. It's going to cycle back no matter what. So you might as well get on it. Let's talk about this amazing wild woman, shall we? Look at her. She is phenomenal. Let's see what she's got to say to you. When the wild woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom, divested of all social constraints and cultural conformities. Absolutely. The wild woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light which within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. She reminds us that in order to be fully present to life, we must uncover that light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences, right? So we're talking about perception everywhere where you're invited to twist back down, to twist backward, right? Everywhere where you're invited to step into your old perceptions, know that Uranus is here to shift and change you toward the new. When that wild woman comes to dance in your reading, you're being invited to shine so brightly and to know that yourself is being called out to engage the world, right? To engage the world, no more holding back. This is a symbol that your long-held dreams are beginning to take root and want to be expressed. Your authentic self doesn't fit into a box. It needs the freedom to shine. It's time to have courage and step into the light, right? Identify your why and come out into the whatever, the what is next. You have so much support. Excess for its own sake is a sign of imbalance. If this is a warning that you might be trapped in obsessive thinking or behavior, look for release in places that will never provide it. Let go. Let you become like the hungry ghosts of Chinese Buddhist lore that can never be fulfilled, right? We're letting go of this deep need to have our 3D selves filled, right? In sacrifice. We sacrifice what in the 3D in order that our higher self might take shape. The true release comes from trusting the fluidity of life, understanding that just as a river needs its banks to flow through, so too do you need boundaries around your thinking and behavior, right? We have that beautiful moon opposition to Saturn in Virgo and Pisces, right? That serve or suffer, that engage or disassociate, that be in function or be in addiction, release. That is a strong dichotomy. Now is the time to simplify, to be mindful, and to connect to that light within, right? Simplify, be mindful, and connect to that light within. This is a lovely week. We do have kind of a low-key Earth trine energy most of this week, which should help with that Uranus shock and awe. So in all the ways that Uranus jolts you, you have that Earth energy that will allow you to be grounded if you choose at every turn to sink your roots in, right? So I wish you luck. I believe that we shall have one more conversation for the Leo new moon. That may come in the form of a pick a card reading. We shall see. Hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss anything, and I will see you next time. Until then, guys, be blessed and just pay attention, right? Be in your expression and be in your awareness. allow those messages to shine brightly, just like you. Take care.